Welcome to Saintly Whispers Daily Prayer. On this Saturday, August 8th, 2026, we gather once more. For more prayers and guided meditations, please visit saintlywhispers.com. Today's Gospel from Matthew invites us to consider the power of faith, even in moments of doubt and struggle as Jesus heals the afflicted boy. Our prayer today will be guided by Saint Thérèse's little way, embracing God's love with childlike simplicity and finding holiness in our smallest acts. So, let us quiet our hearts now, take a deep breath, and prepare to enter into prayer.
Welcome, dear friend. Let us begin by finding a quiet space within ourselves, a place where we can simply be present with Jesus. Take a gentle breath in, and as you exhale, release any tension or distractions. Saint Thérèse reminds us that prayer is a simple gaze toward heaven, a cry of gratitude and love in the midst of trial as in the midst of joy. Imagine yourself now as the Father in our gospel story today. You are kneeling before Jesus, your heart heavy with a profound worry for someone you love. Come to Him just as you are, with all your burdens and needs, like a small child running to their loving parent. He is waiting for you. What burden or worry is heavy on your heart today that you can bring to Jesus? Allow yourself to feel the weight of it and then gently place it before Him. How does it feel to kneel before Jesus, knowing He sees and cares for your needs, even the unspoken ones? Now let us listen to the Gospel of Matthew chapter 17, verses 14 through 20. Hear these words as if Jesus is speaking directly to you, revealing His love and His powerful presence. A man came up to Jesus, knelt down before Him, and said, "Lord, have pity on my son, who's a lunatic and suffers severely. Often he falls into fire and often into water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him." Jesus said in reply, "O faithless and perverse generation, how long will I be with you? How long will I endure you? Bring the boy here to me." Jesus rebuked him, and the demon came out of him, and from that hour the boy was cured. Then the disciples approached Jesus in private and said, "Why could we not drive it out?" He said to them, "Because of your little faith. Amen, I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Which words or phrases from Jesus stand out to you the most in this passage? What does Jesus' healing of the boy tell you about His power and compassion, especially for those who suffer? Jesus speaks of little faith and the power of a mustard seed of faith. This is the heart of Saint Thérèse's little way. She teaches us that God doesn't ask for grand, heroic acts, but for simple, childlike trust. He works with what we have, however small it may seem. What mountain in your life feels impossible to move right now? Perhaps it's a personal struggle, a difficult relationship, or a global concern. Can you trust that even your little faith, that tiny spark of belief, is enough for Jesus to help you, to begin to move that mountain? The Father's love for His Son drove Him to Jesus. Jesus' love for the suffering drove Him to heal. Thérèse showed us that our love for God and others can be expressed through our little faith in countless small ways. How can your love for Jesus motivate you to trust Him more deeply, especially with those impossible situations? What small act of love can you offer to someone today, trusting Jesus to work through it, even if it feels insignificant? Now let us offer. Offer Jesus your little faith, your moments of doubt, and your sincere desire to trust him more. Offer him your own weaknesses and the struggles of those you love. Just as the Father offered his suffering Son, offer your whole self, knowing Jesus can transform everything with his love. What small offering of trust or patience can you give to Jesus today? Perhaps it's letting go of control in one area, or simply saying, Jesus, I trust in you. Can you offer your own feelings of inadequacy to Jesus, trusting he will fill them with his grace and strength? Jesus promises that with faith the size of a mustard seed, nothing will be impossible for you. This isn't about our strength, but about his. Thérèse teaches us to nurture this tiny seed of faith through consistent small acts of love and trust in our daily lives. What is one small practical step you can take this week to grow your mustard seed faith? It could be a moment of quiet prayer, a kind word, or a patient response. How can you remember Jesus' promise that nothing will be impossible when you face challenges this week? Let us close with a simple prayer inspired by Saint Thérèse. My God, I choose all. I will not be a saint by halves. I am not afraid of anything. I will suffer everything for you. I will not refuse you anything. Go forth now, dear friend, with the courage of your little faith, knowing that Jesus is with you, ready to do the impossible in and through your small, loving acts. Amen.
Thank you for joining me in prayer today. For more prayer methods and resources, visit saintlywhispers.com. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, peace be with you.